What's going on, YouTube? So I'm getting ready to give you guys more videos. In the process, I have to get new equipment, so I'm testing out the equipment. This video is more about me testing the equipment than really anything for me to show you guys. So just come along and let me show you what I'm gonna do. What we're gonna be doing is an oil change on this 2012 Nissan Altima. Nothing special, but again, what I want to do is just test out my equipment, see how it records, and go from there. I'm gonna try to get this shot with you guys watching, so bear with me. I don't have exactly all the room in the world down here. Should have probably gone a little higher, but you gotta get the job done anyway. Make sure you catch your oil drain plug if you're doing it on the floor like me, and don't let it fall down, because then it's a mission and you make a mess trying to get it back. I'm gonna let that guy drain. And you see, when you take out the oil cap and your engine's warmed up, you're bound to get a lot more oil out, because it's thinner, so or rather it's warmed up, so it flows out easier. And it also, it's highly recommended, I don't know if it's in the shop, but it's highly recommended that you always use either copper washer or little fiber ones on your drain plug. Always use a new one when you go to put the drain plug in. Unfortunately, this was late notice, so I don't have one, but I'm sure it'll be alright. We're gonna let that guy finish draining, and then we're gonna go for the filter. Alright, and once you get into about there, we're gonna put this bad boy back on. Now you could sit there and wait for the whole damn thing to drain, but that's up to you. We're gonna be here forever if we do that. And we're gonna torque this sucker down. Always put it in by hand first. Make sure you don't cross thread anything. And you don't gotta torque these guys down like crazy or tie them down like an animal. That's just my advice. God knows I've had to replace many and fix many oil pans, especially the aluminum ones, having to rethread them. And I've also seen some crazy crap people put on them to at least stop them from leaking, up until they bring it to us. They realize that they can't fix it no more, and then they bring them to us. So we're gonna, that's it, he's snug right there. And then I'm gonna give him about one ugga-dugga of torque. That's it. That's all he needs. You don't need to go crazy with that. Now, let's move on to the filter. Move straight back from where the oil pan is. You'll see your filter right there. All Nissans, or mostly all Nissans of this generation's, have the filter right there, even the SUVs. Unless you got the big V8s and whatnot, you're gonna have it in the front. I'm gonna try to get this guy out without being too shaky for you guys. And I could see some grease on the filter itself. That normally comes from the axle. So now I gotta let this customer know that he's more than likely gonna need a passenger axle also. Let me show you guys the filter so you can see what I saw. Maybe it's just accumulate. Sometimes they leak. They'll have an oil leak elsewhere, and grease and dirt will, or not grease, but dust and crap will accumulate. But you see that? That thick grease? That's from the axle. And once I put this bad boy back in, the new one, I'll show you guys what I was talking about. And I bet that front boot or that back boot, maybe I'm wrong, but I believe that axle's leaking. We're gonna double check anyway, and I'll bring you guys with me. Let's put the new oil in, or rather, the new filter. Duh. Now, here's the new filter. Wix, by the way, if you guys didn't know, Wix is made by Napa. Their filters, they make these guys too. So, just a heads up, if you guys think that, oh, it's a cheap filter, it actually isn't. Now what we gotta do is make sure that our old gasket is no longer, you guys see it up there? Gotta make sure that our old gasket is not on there. Otherwise, we're gonna have a double gasket problem. And you ain't gonna make it very far, Johnny. One other thing I like to do, if you can't read, like sometimes you can't see where it's at, but you check the old filter that you just pulled out, and if it got the gasket on it, chances are yours does too, or rather it's not on there. Grab some oil, put it on this guy, because we know we don't like to bust the mission when we go to pull this guy out next. Oh, I bumped into you guys. Don't sue me for sexual harassment, please. I'm just trying to make it up in YouTube. And again, we're gonna tighten this guy down, but again, you don't gotta tighten these things down to, you know, like 10 ugga duggas. This is like, the filter is maybe like half an ugga dugga, you know. That's it. Oh my God, I took you guys with me. Crap, sorry. Oh man, I gave you guys an ugga dugga too. All right, so that's done. Filter's on there. Clean this up because we don't want this to get into any bushings and whatnot. I mean, it's not like he's already got an oil leak anyway. We got to look into that, but you know, we don't want to make it worse than what it already is. Besides, it's good practice anyway. Remember, I do this professionally. So there's actually some new cars sometimes you don't want to fuck up the bushing because, believe it or not, oil will swell them up. All right, be warned. This is gonna be shaky, so if your head hurts, you might want to skip this part. But I can't see it, but I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. There's the axle right there. You see the front of the boot with that green grease right there? Yeah, that sucker's leaking. There's where our filter is getting all that grease from. So we gotta change that sucker next and figure out what this oil leak is at. But there you guys see, that's what I was talking about. Oh man. So gotta let this guy know he's gotta do that too. All right, now we're gonna add the oil. We're gonna use our funnel. Make sure it's nice and in there because we don't want to make a mess. And start pouring. Now this specific engine takes about 4.4, give or take. You always want to start it up once you're done pouring. Put the cap on, start it up, double check your fluid. Or rather, start it up, turn it off, double check your fluid. Don't, you know, obviously don't do it while the car's running. This ain't if you're looking for beginners videos and all that, guys, go somewhere else because this ain't it. So I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave about half a quart in here. I'm gonna double check the fluids. Yeah, that's about good. I'm gonna double check the fluids. And hopefully she's good. If not, then I'll add a little more. But I'm pretty confident that I'll be fine. Oh, and then we gotta reset it. But there's probably like a million videos already about, you know, resetting Nissans. But I'll still show you guys anyway, just for the hell of the video. And let me show you guys. I originally thought it was gonna be an oil leak from the engine, but I suspect that it's gonna be the power steering. Look how low that is. And if I looked over here, this is very common on these damn cars, by the way. Let's see if I can show you guys. See it right there? That hose has been leaking. It's probably it takes a little O-ring right there, because I don't see any. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's leaking from the O-ring, because I don't see any in front of the pump. But I'll look at it with more time and I'll know for sure. But I just wanted to show you guys where I suspect the leak to be coming from. Here you guys go, as promised, the useless video, or rather part of the video, but just for the hell of it. you're gonna want to be on the ignition on. You're gonna use these guys right here. Now, depending on your Nissan, you're gonna see these two guys either right here on top of the cluster, on this side on top of the cluster, right here. It all depends, but just find them, and once you do find them, just use them. What you do is this little square one. You guys can barely see that, but this little square one takes you to the menu. You go to maintenance with this one, the little circle. Well, my bad, I was looking at the screen and trying to guide myself through the screen. You guys look at the screen, and I'm gonna go through the actual car. Oh, he doesn't even have it set. Okay. So you guys can see what the hell I'm doing. I'm gonna set this guy for 6,000 since we set synthetic on it. Set, back, filter, same thing, 6,000. Set, back, boom. There you go, done data. Now we're gonna start up for a few seconds. Let the car run, oil go through, turn it off, and now we're gonna check our oil levels. Alright, we're gonna get ourselves a nice little clean rag. Pull out the stick, try it up, and then we're gonna drop it back in. Don't miss the hole, boys. And look at that, I'm a little low. See it right here? It's supposed to be, this is still acceptable, but it's really low acceptable. So we're gonna put it right about right here. So I'm gonna add that little bit that I have left. And you see, I added about 4.4, but sometimes when it circulates through the filter and whatnot, you're gonna need a little more. So I put usually around 4.7 around there on these cars because of that. So we're gonna add a little more. We're gonna ship this puppy, but there's some bonus footage. Ooh. All right, well, I've tried every position possible to give you guys the least minimal glare, but unfortunately, it's not cooperating. So he wants me to scan it too. I just informed him about the axle, and he wants to do it this Sunday. So stay tuned for that video. There'll be a repair video coming up for the axle. That one, based on the reviews, or I'm sorry, the feedback that I get on this one, I'll do my best to, I'm gonna get better. It's just my first videos, unfortunately. My first time doing anything like this, so. But we're gonna go ahead into Nissan, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was 2012, yeah. And we're gonna do a pre-scan on it real quick, just so I can get an idea of what I'm working with. And I'm gonna do a complete scan on it, and then I'll do some research on the codes and mass airflow circuit out of all. This is very common on these damn things. Yep. Estimated vehicle speed signal. That's all we got. Oh no, hold on. Ignition relay. No data from. I don't know if this is rear or left. If this is talking about where am I? BCM. I don't know if this is talking about the speed sensors. Wheel speed signal error. Yeah, I think this is about the speed sensors. So yeah, we might actually have a couple of issues with these speed sensors. Well, you know what, too? I don't know how these are affected by that, but he used to have rims on this car, and then he switched back to not stocks, but stocks from the older Altimas. So I don't know if, I know sometimes they throw off the speed sensors, but he's concerned about the check engine light, so that's the one that we're gonna go attack. I'm gonna do some research on it. He's already replaced the mass airflow sensor. I don't know if he went after, I don't know what brand he went in after, or if he's got I don't know, we'll see. But I'm probably gonna have to scope that sensor on Sunday and see what is coming out and if it's feeding it straight to the PCM or whatnot. I'm gonna do a little research on that one, because I know that it's very common on these, but unfortunately I haven't had too many to diagnose myself. Turns out whenever I've had them, there's just the sensor that was burnt out, the resistor on them. So, and it hasn't been too many, but I'm gonna look into it. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's idle real quick and look at data and see what it's currently reading. California has federal. Go into data. We can check freeze frame too. I didn't want to make the video too long, guys. That's the reason why I was trying to leave everything for Sunday. But we'll do a quick check real quick. Where is my mass airflow? Where the hell is my mass airflow? Oh, mass air, there we go. For a 4-cylinder rad, it's not too bad. It's not too bad right now, to be honest. This guy's huge. He's tall as hell, so like the pedal's hard to get to. Alright, so the perks of doing side jobs is the customer gets to join you. So, oh, look at freeze. Oh man, of course not. I was hoping for some kind of PID for the mass airflow, but that was a long shot. Well, field trims. It was in the process of heating up, or rather reaching operating temp. But that's as much as we're gonna get. We didn't even get a throttle position. Huh. Alright, yep. I'm gonna leave this one as where it's at. We gotta look at this what time on Sunday, because I don't want to make the video too long, guys. For the video, guys, if you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If I did some really fucked up shit, leave it in the comments. Let me know what I did. Let me know what I didn't do. If you liked it, subscribe. There's gonna be more coming now. I'm gonna take your feedback because, again, I want to provide better content. So based on what you guys tell me, I'll improve. I'm just testing out the gear for this video, which is why it was kind of short and lame. But stay tuned for Sunday, because Sunday we will be bringing the repairs for this vehicle, plus the diagnosis of that code that we had. I think that's it. That's it for today. I'm done. I'm out. Peace.